folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Rai Volume 3 by Valiant. Now, there is fighting, violence, killing, destruction, explosions, more violence, blood, weird creatures, weird technology, and more blood in this one, so if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. Okay, so when we left off in Rai Volume 2, Rai has been thrown away from New Japan, exiled by father. So now here it looks like it's been at least some time since then, maybe a few days, a week. Once again, we're split here with the narrative between everyone. Sarai is down in Earth. Okay, so we start with Lola. Lola is with Grace, her PT, or or positron. Andrew tried helping me pronounce that, but I'm just gonna go with PT. Her PT Grace, and the Genomancer, which she calls Karana. It's not her name. Karana doesn't remember her name because she's been in prison for so long by father. But Lola names her that because she reminds her of a character from a movie. Wait, we got the three of them hiding away, trying to come up with a plan, because again, everyone's been scattered. Father is looking for Grace everywhere. Grace ran to get a plot of real Earth for Karana, for the Genomancer, which she really is really happy about. As again, the Genomancer is in tune with the world. It's like the messenger of Earth in a way. Is in tune with everything. He's the protector of Earth. I still don't think that Karana is human fully. At least I don't think so. 1 second. Let me make sure I'm saying her name correctly. Always me with pronunciations. Wait. Yeah, Karana. Okay, maybe I'm a little mispronouncing it, but anyway, it's the three of them running from place to place as fugitives, because of course father has told the whole of Japan that they're terrorists. So that's where the girls are. They're still planning to do something about father, because Lola and probably everyone believes that Rai is dead. So they're like, we have to do something ourselves. And then they get like fisheye PTs get upon them, but they manage to run away. Then we're with Momo and Isaac. They're hiding in the sewer sectors somewhere. Apparently, the parrot's not dead. I thought Momo, like, broke its neck, but he's alive? I'm so confused. Because it looked like she killed him. My mistake, she didn't. So he's with them. They too, like, don't know what to do. You see Momo, like, having memories of her last night with Rai and them kissing. And Rai back on Earth is also having those. So that's what's happening with them. They're also hiding. Trying also to do something. Momo sends Isaac. Isaac goes to send a message, but he murders the reporter. They need to send the message through. No, yeah, Isaac is not subtle and very violent. Uh-oh. Yeah, it doesn't go so well. When Lola hears about it, she thinks they're lying about them being murderers. But in this case, Isaac really did murder that reporter dude. Yeah. And Spylock has been captured by Father, and he's being tortured for information. And all of them, together wish that Rai wasn't gone. Back on Earth, Rai is inside the belly of some. I thought it was some kind of aquatic creature. Apparently, it's a shark. It doesn't look like any shark I've seen, but it is the future. He's in it, and he's also having these memories of the last night with Momo, and then he wakes up. I don't know how long he's been inside the stomach of the shark, but he starts to pull himself away, and for the first time, he feels pain. Because he's no longer in New Japan, he doesn't have Father's power anymore. So now he's just relying on himself. Because Father would, instantly heal him, would make sure he didn't hunger, he didn't feel anything negative, not negative, but he didn't feel hunger, he didn't feel pain, and he would be instantly healed. So he pulls himself out of that shark. He's injured. His, what would that be? His right arm is not looking good. And all the skin's been torn off. Well, he's been in a shark's digestive system. He rips out of the shark. Somehow the shark got ashore and it's dead. It's pretty fucking big, too. And Rai's like, where he knows he's on Earth, and he's confused. And he's like, he's gotta do something, and then, men in, fully covered in gear, and they got these, like, weird goggles. They approach him, and now, Now, obviously, Father lied to all of New Japan and to Rai about the Earth. It's not a bad wasteland, because as Rai gets out, he feels that the air is good. Not like what Father told him. It's fresh, it's all that, and so these men, they don't trust anything that comes from New Japan, obviously, because Father is taking the exhaust from the solar energy and just blowing places up on Earth, so Earth never regains the technological capability to fly up to New Japan. So so they don't trust him. Ryan tries like, I don't mean any harm, but they shoot him several times. They're thinking, oh no, poor Ryan. But Ryan is okay. He survives. They take him back to their camp. There's a big guy there named Lemore, or Lemore. Lemore, and he's good at sniffing out if people are good or bad. Literally, he sniffs them. Also, they're taking apart the shark and taking the pieces back. As the one guy tells Rai that the exhaust is never shot at the same location on Earth, so they should be safe where they are. Lemore sniffs him and says that Rai is good. So the guy unties Rai, and they welcome him to their camp. They show him there's one area in this desert place where there's a beautiful sakura tree, or what looks like one. And they said that there's a legend, been told for many generations, that the warrior that stood there, he was shot from the sky. I mean, the sky shot at him, or more likely New Japan, and he vanished where he stood. And instead, that tree grew. And they think of it as lucky, because despite the destruction, it still grew and flourished on Earth. So Rai realizes, now he has all these, problems with healing and hunger, and he needs to find a way to get back to New Japan and save his friends. And then he goes to that tree in the morning, Because the guy with the goggles, the one that's been with him, says, "Oh, where's our new friend?" And Lemore says he's sitting with the tree, and they see Rai there. He's like meditating near the tree, and the petals are falling on Rai on these places that are injured. His right arm and the side of his body there, the petals cling to it and essentially make a new bluish purple skin for him. And in the tree, he sees a sword, and he pulls it out. He feels a connection to this tree. So maybe a Rai like him is the warrior that's been killed there by Father. Rai takes the sword, and the guy with the goggles said that sword has been there forever. And Rai apologizes for taking it, but the guy's like, "No, come with me." And we see Rai at I guess where a blacksmith would work, and he's fixing the sword. For the first time, he has blisters and all of those things. Now, Rai needs to find a way to get back to New Japan, but he also needs to learn to fight. Now, without Father, because Father thinks that he's completely helpless down there. That without his power, he's nothing. Now, Lemore tells him that he knows of an island with this very strong warrior that can help him, and they travel together. Because Rai knows that until he's ready, he cannot go back. So while this is all happening, with Rai down on Earth, back in New Japan, again, Lola is on the run. They need to do something. Now, Father has decided to essentially use Spylock as entertainment. It's like this death arena for PTs to fight in. Not the regular humanoid PTs, but like big, strong warrior machines. Big robots fighting. And essentially that's where he sends... he sends Spylock to fight until he eventually dies. That way, he gives the people entertainment. The traitors being killed, and that's very helpful. Now, Lola, Grace, and Karana see where he is. They're like, we gotta get him. We need to save him. So Lola tells Grace they're in another location. Before that, they were somewhere. I think it was Los Angeles, Lola not knowing what to do, worried about her parents and all of that. But now she's like, okay, Grace, find all the cereal you can. We got to get him out of there. And they do that because Lola, she goes around a lot and she helps a lot of people. While they're in the beginning, she shows Karana all these rings that she received from people as gifts for helping them people, PTs. And so it's like they prepare Spylock for another fight. This one will be his last. And Spylock thinks, is the line really gonna end with me? Because there's always been a Spylock. Like, always. It doesn't matter. It's like the legend is kept alive. And like that's why there were all these videos and everything. Through them, there's always been a Spylock. So the Spylock is saying to himself, I left enough videos. Surely there'll be someone else after me. It's not gonna end with me, right? And then he sees locked up in this bubble, and then nurses and fisheyes come in, and I love how they dress him in the same torn up uniform too. Like literally, the nurses are sticking it to his body. It's kind of fucking funny. Anyway, he's brought back to the arena to fight this time like this mecha mamba snake. And of course, he's not going to be able to survive. It's a robotic mecha snake that's faster than him. I manages to dodge the first hit, but he's like, I'm not going to be able to. But then from the ground, the panel opens and it's Lola and Grace. And Lola's like, quick, Spila, come over here. And he runs towards them. And Grace tells him to hurry because the cereal blaster is not going to be able to keep the snake stunned for long. He's like, cereal blaster? They go inside the panel and they're gone. And the announcer's like trying to calm people down. Everyone is upset. Someone yells, I paid a lot of money to see this trader's insides. Because he just disappeared. So they keep running through the sewers. Lola got there thanks to someone she knows. She thanks him. He tells Lola they should get going because the fish eyes will be there in a moment. Now Lola tells Spylock that she didn't rescue him because they're friends. She rescued him because they need his help to take down Father, and they bring him into an unknown place between sectors where you see that Lola, Grace, and Karana build a bomb. A bomb to throw into the pool of live wire that is Father. It's actually pretty neat. They built it with cereal. Karana has Karana helped. She has the knowledge, or Grace has the knowledge. What's wrong, Vasa? Chunky cat. So anyway, they build this. We need your help. So they're going to do that. Meanwhile, Momo and the parrot and Isaac are stuck in another place. And Isaac is saying how, about what Father has done to him in his race, how he experimented on them, and then essentially threw them down to the hell they call Earth, and how all of his people are in Romania. Then I thought, oh, Romania, where the vampires are from. But then Momo says, no, wait, Isaac. They're not in Romania, they're in Rome, mania, like two different words. And she tells him, your people are not down on Earth, your race, they're here. They're here in a long gone sector. So they go there. There's a fisheye guard, which Isaac just, fucking smashes his head. Momo's like, you didn't have to do that. And I'm thinking, Momo, you sure didn't have a problem killing fish eyes and humans and all that. Surprised you care now. I mean, that fisheye PT was gonna probably call for backup. Anyway, she tells him that her former owner, since you can't really call him companion, he worked on that sector there. They tried to make it into something, but something went horribly wrong and it was perpetually closed under quarantine. And he tells her, Momo, if what you're saying is true, there's going to be a lot more destruction. After he, smashed the head of the PT. So he opens the door, and you see down below it's a huge sector, and there's a lot of spider-like robotic aliens there. Holy shit. So that's what them. Down on Earth, Rai and Lemur travel to this island. They get there, and they come across these weird chicks. It's solely chicks. And there's some sort of tribe. And they try to attack them. But then Rai's like, we mean you no harm, we just want to talk to, the warrior. And one of them's like, oh, part of the prophecy, come with us. So they go, and this Grey Warrior is actually in the first volume, there's a robot, or a PT, that was built to kill Rai. And he's trying to explode. Rai threw him down to Earth. And now these women have its head, and it's on like this statue, and he's babbling nonsense because he's been effectively broken. So Rai's like, yeah, he's gone, but maybe he can still be useful. So he approaches him and, talks to him, can I seek your advice? But regardless of his broken state, it's this kind of, this show is called, I'm not sure you pronounce that. It's like Strudel X. But I don't think you said Strudel X, right? I just don't know what like in an email, you got the strudel in there. Is there another word for it? Because I don't think it's called strudel X, right? That'd be a bit funny. Anyway, as soon as he senses Rai, he starts to, initiate a detonation. And shit. And they don't know what to do, and he yells, "Kill Rai!" And of course, the chicks go to do that. Also, as they approached, Lemur said, "I smell something bad." Yeah, you're not wrong there, my friend. You did smell something bad. Now they start to attack Rai, but then Lemur grabs him and is like, "Hey, mean chicks." Yeah, and then Lemur just takes him and throws him at them. And he's like, did I do good? Now the head explodes. I think a couple of the women have died from it. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, Lemur and Rai have to run away. The women that are still conscious are running after them, shooting arrows. Like, never come back. They swim to shore. It's quite a long swim. And Lemur says that now Shrill X did say something useful. Before you realized that Rai was in front of him, he said there's this great undead warrior that lives in a ghost ship or ghost house or something. And Lemur tells him, I have heard of this. I've heard of this legend. I know where it is, but it is far from here. So they begin the journey. They get first to a place where there's a little boy playing. And Rai approaches him and is like, "We mean you no harm. We just want to ask." The little boy starts to attack him and tells him, "You're not my father." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" He keeps attacking. Rai's trying obviously not to fight him. Then Lemur tries to help. But the little boy he hits him with his like a little blade, and it hurts. And Lemur's mad, and he wants to, he's like, "You made a mistake, little man." But then a woman appears and yells to the boy, calling him Raikou, I think, and she tells him to come to her, and that's his mother, obviously. And then Rai asks her for help. He says, "We know you have the gift of flight. Will you help us get to the ship?" And she says, And then she said, "Of course I will help you, Rai." And so she flies them. She's got this little helicopter. She flies them to a lake, perhaps. I think it's a huge lake. Or it doesn't look like a sea. I think it's a huge lake. And she gets them on this little raft and wishes them luck, and they thank her, and then they go. And Raikou again repeats, "He is not my father." I, I don't know if the kid's a little, special in the head or what, or why does he keep repeating it? And his mother tells him he's not, but they are very much alike. Does that mean another Rai was there, and one of the Rais that was exiled to Earth and basically made a child with this woman? Because again, the boy can fight kind of like a Rai. So that's interesting. Anyway, they get to this place that that was talked about, and it's this what looks like a huge ghost ship. It's like a house is on top of it, and they go in, and it looks like a mausoleum in there. so many old things. And for some reason, one of the chicks on the island followed them. Like you see her getting close. I don't know how she managed actually. From I don't even know why. She wants to kill him for revenge. Anyway, um, right? They go in and they meet this warrior. Tells them it's been many years since living feet has stepped into this place. So this man, this warrior, I thought he would be another Rai, but I don't think he is, based on his look. So he's the kind of also like the protector of Earth. And he says that it's been many generations since he sent the last genomancer. Oh no, sorry. He's not a protector of Earth, he's a protector of the genomancers. So it's been generations since he sent the last genomancer to New Japan. Which again supports my theory that this genomancer lady is not human. Because that would be many years. And she still looks very young. Anyway, he says, in many generations have I regretted it, sending her there. And then Rice says, we need your help. Before I was cast to Earth, I know that my friends have rescued the Genomancer from Father. Now, here's the thing. How would Rai know that? Is what I couldn't get. Because, okay, he was fighting, like, Rai XI at the time. Like, what? Did he see Lola in the corner there? But even if he did, how would he know that's the Genomancer? And again, Father sees all, but if Father knew that Lola was there at that moment with the Genomancer, why didn't he grab her and the Genomancer and Grace? So that's like, wait, how? I mean, Rai and Lola obviously wouldn't have had a moment to speak. And Rai was fighting and going to fight Father while Lola and Grace found the Genomancer. So is that like a continuity mistake in the story? Just how would he know? What, as he was falling, he found that out? You see what I mean? There's like no way. It's not like, them finding the Genomancer happened a little earlier and somehow Lola got to contact him and tell him that they found this young woman who's the Genomancer. See, that one I was like, wait, how would you... Okay, never mind. Continuing. Then the warrior perks up and's like, I think his name is supposed to be Galdi? Galdi? I'm not sure. I'll look later. He says, and he perks up at that because he thought the Genomancer was dead. But then when Rai tells him that, he says, then Father must die and New Japan must fall. So that's it. He's going to help them. Also, the chick from the island's like out there, like looking and listening to them from a window. Again, why is she there? I'm not sure. Maybe in the last trade she appears. I mean, you'd think there would be a significance to her, right? Anyway, so that has happened. And like they need to do something. They need to get to New Japan. And this warrior says, "Yes, I will take you to a way to get to New Japan." So Ryan Lamore set off to that place. Now back in New Japan, Lola together with Spylock, they go to Hangar with Chips to get something to get to the highest level with Father. Lola and not Lola, Grace and Karana stay behind. Because as Lola explains to her, we can't risk Father capturing you again. You'll stay here, we'll be fine. They get a ship because Lola is friends with one of the people that work in the hangar, and they have like this little maintenance robot. They put the bomb into, and they start climbing with it. Actually, as they do, Spylock tells Lola, you know, you could make a great spy master one day. Ooh, foreshadowing. So they do that. Meanwhile, Momo, sorry, and Isaac are there. Things are not looking good now. Isaac's people or race is there, but they're very savage, naturally, and they have a leader that Isaac is fighting, and Momo's like, we gotta do something, and she tells the parrot they gotta think of a plan and be very quiet. And then the parrot yells, suicide! I think he's literally trying to kill Momo. Though how she treated him, I can't say I blame him. He's not very fond of her treatment. But anyway, the Momo dodges a few of the spider alien things. But then Isaac yells, brothers, I have killed your leader. Follow me now. And they all agree. So that's it. Momo riding on the back of Isaac. They flood the sectors. While all of this is happening, there's announcements all over that no, there's no destruction in these sectors, and yes, there's maybe a bit of trouble here, but it's not as severe as it looks. Basically, Father trying to keep the populace calm while all hell is breaking loose, essentially. Because everyone is, and not everyone, but Isaac and his race are flooding here. And there's stuff going on there. Also, I forgot to mention in the beginning, all of the ratties have been basically executed, so there's no more of them. And PTs, all of them have basically people have been instructed to take them to get their something like wipe or a system wipe or something, so they would not, also start to contribute to the fight. So that's that. Okay, back to Lola and Spylock. They continue on their journey. They're almost at the sector where the life pool of Father is. Back on Earth, Rai and Rai and the warrior. Let me look up his name because I keep calling him the warrior. 1 second. What was his name? God damn it. Okay, there we go. Then Father will die and New Japan must fall. Now, by the way, I'm probably not giving you the correct order of these events, but okay, where is it? Gilad. Again, I'm probably mispronouncing that. Hear any banging? That's my grandma in the kitchen. Yeah, right. As they're going there, Gilad tells them there's many things about Earth that you don't know, Rai. Because Rai thinks, how are we going to get to New Japan? Earth doesn't have the technological capability. Of course, the Rai should figure that there's so many things on Earth, and not to mention Father lied about so much. And Gilad tells him, there's never been anyone capable. I've never met anyone who's capable and worthy of wielding what I'm about to show you. So they get to this place. It looks like a bunch of big containers are there, and that's basically their way to get to Earth. So then back on New Japan. Yes, Lola and Spylock are using this thing. like they're going down the mountain to this little shrine where Father's uh, pool of live wire is, and they're almost there. But then suddenly Rai XI appears and basically slices their little robot ship in half. And they both go to two different directions. And Lola's like Spylock, and the father, because now this new Rai, the 11th Rai, is just Father using a live wire body. And he tells them, "Did you really think I wouldn't know that you're coming? I see all, and that's it. I knew what you were planning." And he's got a weapon in hand. He's got like this sort of, I don't know, electric whip or whatever it is. Now Spylock is trying to distract him, but Father tells him, "Don't think I don't." He hits him. Oh, he hits him like, "Now for your acolyte," and he hits Lola with this sort of like electronic whip, and she loses her right eye. No, she loses her right eye. I'm telling you, she's gonna be the next Spylock, because that's the same eye that Spylock has covered. In this one, we don't really see any evidence of Silk, so looks like they've been shoved somewhere in the background, maybe. Anyway, yeah, so Lola loses her right eye. I'm surprised she's managing to function. I guess the adrenaline and the... Yeah, so this thing wraps around her head and essentially destroys her right eye. Then Spylock jumps on this thing, and he tries to slice the cord, but it burns his hands. And it is like, and he falls, and like, "Lola, go." And Father's like, "Enough of this," and he essentially summons or creates from the live wire what appears to be a huge mace, just without the spikes. And he kills Spylock. He hits him like 3 times. And you can see the Spylock's jaw is crushed, and he's dead now. And Lola's like, "Come on, come on." She gets in and she just drops in the box with the bomb that was built with that she, Grace, and Karana built. And it goes in, and Rai XI appears behind her. But it's too late. The bomb, together inside of it, it has a virus that Spylock added, and it's killing Father. And he says, "What have you done? You've caused the death of millions." And then things start to shake, and it looks like the floor is opening, and Lola falls through. And then it begins. So apparently, Father had a protocol for this. That if something ever started happening to him, he was going to start shedding sectors. He was going to drop all the sectors to protect himself. So by doing what they've done, now he's throwing out the sectors. And we got Lola narrating and saying, because in the first volume she narrated how she's writing this whole story on paper, because paper is expensive and special. And she says how now she's retelling that, and she said she's glad that she wrote it on paper, not because it's special, but because it will burn with New Japan, and then maybe no one will know about her mistake, what she's done. And you see sectors falling and people getting dropped, and Grace and Karan are trying to get away. They're like, "What's going on?" And a pillar falls on Grace, and I think she's not going to make it, Jesus. And she tells Karana to run to the safety pod. I think that's going to take her down to Earth. And you see Karana crying slightly. And again, the things are falling. You see Momo falling, and Isaac's like, Momo, and goes towards her, and the sectors are just falling, and it's mayhem. The sectors are just being dropped from New Japan. And then down on Earth, Lemore, Rai, and Gilad got to this place. But then I think it's Lemore that turns around and says, "Oh, stars," or something like that. And they both turn and they see that things are falling from New Japan. And Rai's like, "Oh no, it's too late." And but Gilad tells him, we must hurry. I think I have a plan for this." Wait, let me read to you exactly what he says, because, okay, 1 second. There we go. Lemore think sky is falling. And Rai turns like, what? And he's like, no, no, we're too late. And then Gilad says, I pray we are not, but we've got to hurry. I've got a plan. Yeah, poor Spylock. But yeah, that's it. You see everything falling. I didn't know the virus would kill millions. I didn't know. Oh, and Lola saw it all from the top level. Let me see. I think Lola starts to. I thought she also falls. Yeah, she also kind of falls. Maybe she doesn't fall down though, because she's at basically the toppest level of New Japan. And that's it. That's where Volume 3 ends. Whew. Okay, so first cover. It looks sick. Look at Rai there. Bleeding. Looks very dramatic. I like it. It's quite cool. Great colors and everything, too. I think maybe it's by the artist. Clayton Crane, perhaps. Because this looks like the art style in the comic. Okay, let me show you the art style. One moment, please. You see, that's the Genomancer, the one with the black hair. That's Grace. And there's Lola, and you see all the rings she has from all the people she helped. And then you got Karana giving her a ring made out of the flower. And then you got Rai Xai, or basically father torturing Rai. Torturing Spylock. It's interesting. Looks like there's always been, there's that reporter guy. Poor bastard. Look at him. I mean, no offense to Isaac, but his race of aliens is fucking scary, man. You see, there they are. They're running away. Oh, there we go. Let me just show you this one. See Rai getting out of that shark thing. Look at that. Does that look like a fucking shark to you? Thing's got fucking legs. That's how did it end up ashore, I wonder? Can it go up ashore? Maybe it can go up ashore. Evolution. You see Rai's arm is fucked up there in the side of his body. It's probably the side has been closer to the digestive juices, I would imagine. Okay. Whew, holy shit, this was a trip. I fucking love this, relatively new Rai series. I mean, holy shit. Everything that's going on in the... Well, not a twist, but Father essentially just having a protocol that if something happens to him, he drops all of the sectors of New Japan. And probably then just keeps the sector where he's at. Which again shows you that, father is an asshole and doesn't really care about the people there. I mean, even Gilad says, what hubris to think you can lift up, Japan to these heights and then keep them there. And yeah, in a way, well, essentially they've all been prisoners. Because, like, as Spylock says, humanity doesn't need a babysitter anymore. They can manage. Now, of course, Father wants to control everything. I wonder if this was slightly inspired by I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I haven't read the book yet. I do have it. But it makes me kind of wonder. Because there, too, like, essentially, all of humanity's been wiped out instead some few and AI's controlling everything. I know Father isn't exactly AI, but he is some sort of live wire intelligence. So, but it's just so amazing, and everything is going down on Earth. Because again, from that one scene in Volume 2, you'd think, oh no, wait, not Volume 2, Volume 1. You'd think that the Earth is really a wasteland, but then you got these other all these other people. They're the ones Rai met, and they have guns. So there's all sorts of places still on Earth, and as Lemur and Rai travel, actually, you see there's this beautiful meadow with flowers and butterflies. So all the people of New Japan could have gone back down to Earth. They could have started lives there, but Father wouldn't allow it because, well, that way he can keep them there as his prisoners and decide their lives for them. It's just wow. I didn't think Spylock would die, but I guess I should have figured someone would. I'm so sad that Grace probably is dead. Poor girl. And Lola losing her eye, I did not think that would happen. I think she might indeed be the next Spylock. It's just what is going to happen? Will they be able to save them? Well, obviously not everyone. There's no way, but will they be able to save the falling sectors? At least some of them. What is going to happen? Well, I hope Lola will survive, but what will happen then? Will they finally bring Father down? And then what's going to happen to all the people? There's no going back to New Japan now. Or I fly up there and finally kill Father like he wanted. What about the Genomancer? Now that she'll go back to Earth finally. Oh, I got so many questions. I really hope there's gonna be a fight between Father and Rai. It's gonna be so cool. And what really is going to happen? Will they survive? Well, I wonder what's gonna happen to Talola's parents. So it's so sad if she loses them too. I guess that's left to be seen. Most aren't going to survive this. Oh, and will Rai see Momo ever again? Will they be together again? Or is this it? Hopefully Isaac maybe will save her. But I was kind of thinking, if Isaac's race falls to Earth, does that mean they're gonna be killed? Because those guys need other creatures' blood to survive. And there's so fucking many of them. I don't imagine they're gonna jive well with the people, right? Is it gonna, well, that's a problem for a different day, eh? Unless they're actually like vampires and then they're just gonna die from the sun. Imagine that. Kind of tragic. But also would be a hell of a sight to see. Whew, okay. That's it. Oh boy. This is gonna be a long one. Okay, so that's it. I'm so looking. Oh, by the way, this one was called The Orphan. But it's Orphan Part 1, and then the next one, it's not The Orphan. I still find that funny that Ryan knew that, but there's no indication to how he would know that. As yeah, there is no communication between him and Lola. So that part I wonder if they kind of missed. Because how would he tell them? I mean, again, I doubt he had a moment to like look, and even if he saw, well, how would he know what the hell a genomancer is, right? Maybe Lola sent him a secret message or some shit. All right, folks. So that is it. Let me know what you thought of Rai Volume 3. And that is it. Remember, collect what you're passionate about, share it on YouTube. Bye!